internet, and welcome to February's bullet journal setup video. I hope you guys had a great January. I've been really good with keeping up with my bullet journal this year and using it as a tool to encourage myself to practice my calligraphy and drawing more. It's really becoming my happy place to be, as silly as that might sound. Anyways, the theme I'm going with this month will be Lunar New Year inspired. For those who don't celebrate, the Lunar New Year is on the 16th of February, and this year we're welcoming the Year of the Dog, almost at the end of the zodiac cycle. For my cover, I decided to sketch out a blooming tree, and I know in Australia we're still in summer and we're actually about to enter autumn very soon, but in Asia spring is just around the corner. I've included a couple of red packets, which my family actually calls ang pao, and of course it wouldn't be complete without a little puppy dog. I'm using my Winsor Newton watercolors to fill in my design. These are still hands down my favorite watercolors and I love traveling with them. There was definitely a time in my life when I was pretty obsessed with watercoloring everything. I remember being in a tour bus in Beijing, China, and during the long drive to the Great Wall of China, I spent the entire time watercoloring my Hobonichi. And it's really actually thanks to this brush I'm using, which is a Pentel Aqua brush. As you guys have heard me mention this many times before, it actually stores water in it, so you don't need to carry a well of water to paint. All you need is your book, your watercolors, your aqua brush, and a tissue paper to switch colors with. It is awesome for watercolors. Okay, I'm going to flip over to the next page, and I'm going to actually do a mood tracker, which I've never done one before. But I decided to create one for February. I'm doing this because ever since I went back to full-time work, my anxiety levels have been going through the roof. And after a lot of self-reflection, I know a lot of this is actually in my head. I totally get that external factors influence how we feel, but I'm a huge advocate of the theory that you are ultimately in control of how you react to external factors. And so this month, I want to start tracking my mood better to better understand if maybe my moments of anxiety are few but intense or very consistent. I know different people use their mood trackers differently, but what I intend to do is each day, if I feel a particular emotion for a significant amount of time, say like 15-30 minutes, then I'll note it down against that day, and then by the end of the month, I should have a clear view on what I'm mostly feeling. Awesome! Moving right along to the next page where I'll be putting down my good old habit tracker, which, if I was honest with you, is actually turning more into a general tracker, but let's just ignore that. It's going to look pretty much exactly like January's habit tracker because I love the design, I love the layout, and it works well for me. There are definitely some things I'm doing really well, such as Instagram and YouTube, and then there are other things I'm still kind of failing at, which is kind of like my hydration, my step goals, my skincare, my vitamins, aka all the things that actually matter. But it's a new month and another chance to refocus and try and reach my goals. Doesn't matter to me if I'm consistently failing at something. If I want to achieve it, then I'm just going to keep trying until I can't try anymore. Moving on to the monthly view. You'll have noticed that this month I'm completely skipping the one-page monthly view. I just wasn't really getting a lot of use out of it, and I figured I could just transfer all that information into my two-page monthly view, which I didn't before because I actually used to use this view to help plan out videos and my social media calendar, but I've decided actually to just move all that completely into my Erin Condren. It's just so much easier for me since I can view many months ahead of time, so I actually can plan ahead. Instead, I'm going to use this monthly view in my bullet journal to record personal activities. And it's been working out a lot better since I don't tend to need to plan out personal activities that far in advance, so having 1 month at a time is just fine with me. Anyways, you can see my design this month is similar but a little different to January, in that I'm drawing the entire squares instead of just the corners. I consider actually adding drop shadows to each box, which I might later, we'll see, I don't know. I'm also freehanding all of this just to get a bit more of that organic, handmade feel. I love using my ruler to make sure everything is even and aligned, but not this month. I also wanted to add the monthly title in both English and Japanese/Chinese. As you know, I'm slowly trying to plan more in Japanese, except sometimes I just don't feel like Japanese looks as pretty as English. I don't know. Things like writing down the days of the week in calligraphied English looks so much nicer than Japanese. I feel like maybe Japanese is just more restrictive. Or maybe I just need to experiment more, which I probably really should, to be honest. But yeah, that's my entire setup for February. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate all your positive support with my bullet journal journey. I'm not the most creative bullet journaler out there, but I love it so much. So I really appreciate you guys being so kind to me. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.